This is like a big time saver. So for long webinars, this can be really effective.
Tommy Barav, thank you so much for joining 20-Minute Leaders.
Thank you for having me.
It is so great to have you. I can't wait to talk about self-optimization. So you had a company called Supertools, and you are a walking super tool. And Tommy, over the next 20 minutes, I want to learn what it means to be productive. I want to learn what it means to be self-optimized. First things first, I need you to stand up because this is a killer.
Just to stand up? Okay. I'm wearing my pajama. Yeah.
What is this?
It's a Zoom shirt, so I can be elegant while I'm doing Zoom calls, but still feel comfortable wearing my PGs. So
okay.
See,
next question.
In terms of the angle, you see only the shirt, but actually it's my PG. I'm
unbelievable.
Working from home, so my mom. I got it to send a shout out to my mom because she made it for me. So. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Okay, Tommy, first of all, I want to talk to your mom. Second of all, let's talk about self-optimization. What does it mean to be productive?
Yeah, for me to be productive is probably to prioritize and to do the stuff that really matters to you. So meaning that, if you want to create growth in your life, if you want to achieve your, let's say, goals, you need systems. And by systems, I mean you need mental models and also technology and digital tools, because it's like real superpowers, to really create this compound interest of basically self-optimization or self-improvement.
But why do we need that? Why do we need that? Because we go about our day, we're all working, we're working hard, we're doing, sometimes we work 12, 13 hours a day. Why do we need to self-optimize if, we're getting stuff done?
So we live in a very, let's say, hectic times when you have so much information overload. Some experts call it the intention economy. So you have so many things to read, so many things to learn, so many things to, when you open your email, you probably have so many messages that you need to go through. But when you ask yourself, what really creates growth around my life, around my, what actually makes me happy, what actually makes me a better person, a smarter person, and probably, so think about everything that you want to achieve in life. This is not something that you will find on Facebook or you will find on Twitter. This is something that you need to work hard and every day. And this is exactly the meaning of compound interest. Every day, becoming 1% better every day.
Right.
This is something that you can really achieve by building your own systems. And this is why I love the fact that we're living in a world that you can create your own software without knowing a line of code. This is amazing. This is a great superpower that everyone can take and go above the noise and become much smarter, become more talented and more resourceful than ever, because they create their own systems, their own software around, your goals and your desires.
So basically, just to simplify it, what you're saying is this notion that if we improve some aspect of our lives by 1% every day, that 1% is actually compounded, and actually after 100 days we've actually improved almost sort of 100% of ourselves. And if we take the time and we use data and we use software to think more critically about what we do, and soon you're going to show us some of these insanely cool features, then we're going to be able to improve with it's actually not that hard to improve once you have the data. And let's just start. Show me what's on your middle finger on your left hand, because that's one of the coolest things. It's a beautiful ring, but it's not a wedding ring, right?
Yeah, basically sleep. I'm fascinated by power multipliers that we have in life, and some of them are really easy. This is like, the fact that sleeping is so important for so many aspects of your life, and still we are compromising our sleep every night, especially entrepreneurs, especially founders. I see many founders like, bragging, like they share with me the fact that they are not sleeping well, and they're not saying it as like to be, as something that, sometimes I'm hearing people like proudly speaking about the fact they're not sleeping
it's a
well.
bragging
I'm
thing.
working hard. I'm not sleeping like, I'm sleeping 4 hours a night, meaning that I'm working, very effectively and very hard. But the fact that like busy doesn't mean that you are productive or effective.
Right.
It's probably the opposite. Like if you're not optimizing your day, so you're probably going to compromise your night. And then what will happen in the long run, that you'll be less healthy, less focused, less anything. Like there are so many elements that are affected from our sleep, the way we sleep at night, not only the duration of our sleep, but also the quality of our sleep, that I was amazed by the fact that there's so many books that you can read. I believe, I think the book called Sleep Wisely, maybe.
Okay.
I need to check it out. But I will send, if we have some notes on Facebook, we can send some links, all the tools that I'm going to share.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, Sleep Wise. Okay, so Sleep Wise is maybe not. Maybe it's the Baby Wise. Maybe I'm confusing with my with my baby baby sleep book. Okay, this is also important. But I think that everyone knows that sleep is important, but not everyone are taking. Not everyone are optimizing their sleep and understand how can it actually affect their day, because this is our defaults and we are living with them, and our body kind of adapts, but in a way, when I optimize my sleep, and this is why I bought a ring, because I wanted the first step to optimize something is basically observation and learning the status quo, okay, like a startup. So the first thing that you do, you're doing like a market research, you're checking out your competitors, so you're doing some research. So if you want to improve your sleep, you have to learn what is your current situation. You have to do some analysis work, like to understand
and that's impossible to do when you're sleeping, because you're sleeping, you're not actually aware. But this ring helps you by giving you, I guess, a dashboard that says this is how much deep sleep you've gotten, this is where you didn't get good sleep, and these are your improvement steps for the next day, right?
Yeah, basically this is the web interface, so it's not the best interface. They have like an app that I can share with the audience as well, but basically you can see trends around my sleep, not only the duration of my sleep, but also some cool stuff about cycles, like the stages. So you need REM and deep sleep in order to really create a quality sleep every night. So basically it's around 30% of REM and 30% of deep sleep every night, and regardless of the duration of the sleep. Of course, between 7 to 8 hours is a good sleep. 9 hours is not very good also, but I'm hearing a lot of people like sleeping on average 4 hours, 5 hours a night, and this is, it's so, I don't have words to say like how bad it is.
I'm gonna trust
if you're on your 20s, so okay, it's fine. Your body probably can adapt, but I'm like on my 30s, and I can tell you that after I optimize my sleep, like the fact that it's a power multiplier to so many things, to your productivity, to the way you make decisions, to the make you actually run your day, to your happiness, to your love, to everything is kind of affected from the way you sleep.
No, I've actually heard this. I've heard this quite a few times. But Tommy, the things that you do to optimize your day go far beyond just the sleep. So you are literally optimizing almost every single part of your day. So I'd love to spend the next 13 to 15 minutes. Let's go over a bunch of the things that you do to self-optimize, because I want to learn myself, and I think that anybody who sees this is going to be just fascinated to see what's possible in the realm of optimizations.
Sure. So the first thing that I learned from the book Atomic Habits is that it's not very useful to define goals, to set up goals, and to set up objectives for your life. It's better to set up systems, right? So if you want to do something, if you want to become someone, let's say I want to lose some weight, okay? So it's good to have like a high level goal of what you want to achieve, but it's better to have a system that works every day. It's much more effective, and this is exactly what I did here. So I created a system called AOS, which basically I have levels of things that I want to improve, and you can see it here. So the levels are reflection, body, reading. So I want to become smarter by reading. Seek truth. I'm drafting stuff, so I love to write stuff. I like to network, so I love to meet people, and I also love my family. So I want to also so every article that I'm reading, every piece of information I'm capturing in this space. So I have some levels of life. And if you know Naval, so I took some inspiration from his post, his tweet storm around, that it's kind of, he outlines all the important stuff in life. So I just put it here, and I created some spaces around it.
Wow.
And basically, here you can, inside of every pillar, every level, I have pieces of information and inspiration that I took from many people. But here on my DayOS, basically I'm managing all my information here. So I'm managing my focus areas, like what I want to achieve. This is basically my OKRs, my personal OKRs. I also have here some rewards. So for every OKR that I'm achieving, for every goal that I'm locking, I buy a gift for myself.
Wow.
Like, for example, this one, I will buy like this new magic keyboard, this awesome magic keyboard. So this is sort of like a reward system that I created for myself. And this is why I love like Notion and other platforms that you can see now in the world. They're letting no coders, so people that don't know how to code, they're letting them build their own systems, which is great. So basically here, I can see, let's say, okay, so let's open this toggle. So here I have this habit tracker. So if we'll add a new day, here you can see my goals basically, but let's add a new day here. So I'm adding a new day. Basically, this is today. Next day should work. No? Okay, so June 30. Basically, I'm tracking a lot of things during the day. Today's Wednesday.
Does this ever become, so if you do this every day, does it ever become a burden to the point where you just don't feel like doing it because you just want to get on with your day?
So it should be frictionless, and I got to be honest with Notion, because of the lack of API, it's not 100% frictionless, but it's still very easy to set up. So every day when I wake up, today I didn't actually do it, but every day I'm actually tracking my goals, and I'm just putting here. So this is yoga. This is like, so I have like an habit tracking. Okay. It affects the day. So if I'm checking here, yoga, reading, working out, sleeping well, and then I have some brain food that I'm tracking. So everything that is, I'm not tracking food. It's like everything that I ate. I'm just tracking things that I want to.
Okay.
It's like a white list of food that I wanna.
Amazing.
That I want to consume every day. So it's a system. It becomes a system. So you see, if I'm eating 6 different types of food from this list, I'm getting this emoji of avocado here.
Amazing.
You can see it here. So I know that let's say I achieved everything. So let's say I achieved this one and this one and this one, and I did this. So you can see I'm getting the message, great job, Tommy, automatically. This is like I played with the formula of Notion.
And again, this is all personally for you. Nobody else sees this. This is just for Tommy to feel good about the progress you're making. And then and one of the things that Atomic Habits, and I read the book recently, one of the things that he talks about, the author, is this idea that obviously the incremental 1% improvements, but this idea that you have to do really small wins every day so that you keep on the momentum. And by seeing all these icons and all these emojis, you actually have that inner motivation to continue. But Tommy, we have about 6 minutes left, and we have so much to go through. So let's we have gyro, we have calendar, we have so much to go through. So let's continue.
Sure. Just let me show you one more thing here. And then we can move to other aspects of some cool acts that we can showcase. But let's talk about like morning routines. So you probably read a lot of books around morning routine. You should do this and this and this. So instead of kind of thinking what is the perfect morning routine, you can create a digital system to actually do it every day without thinking about it. So I have here, you can see this column, this like sun kind of sunrise emoji. So when I open it, I do several things, and I build this, but it's really easy to build. So basically, I can read an inspirational kind of visual image that I love by Jack Butcher. I can put here, I can capture what I am grateful for. So wow. I can kind of do this gratitude kind of practice. This is the status quote. So every day I will see here a different startup quote from different persona that I love. Wow. Here I do meditation. So basically I have this audio embedded, and I can just take a step back.
So it's your whole morning routine on one dashboard. I love it.
Exactly, that I built. So let's move on to basically this incremental improvement. So becoming every day better. So basically I built a system in Notion which I can see and I can reflect for, you probably know what is like the meaning of a weekly reflection or weekly review. So basically it's just reflecting on your week, planning your next week, seeing how can you improve yourself. So I built a system to do probably the perfect weekly review for me. So here what I can see, so for each week I can see the stuff that I want to improve. I'm actually measuring three main things. I'm measuring my sleep score, measuring my productivity score from rescue time. I can show you the dashboard right away. And I'm measuring my ELF score from gyroscope. Okay. So basically the ELF score is the gyroscope. It takes information from Apple ELF, my Oura Ring, the Apple Watch, many aspects, the weather, so many things that, rescue time, so you can see the focus, you can see on average I'm 79% focus at work. So it kind of aggregates a lot of information and present it to you in a dashboard that, you can create correlations between the different data points. So let's say I want to know how my resting heart rate affects my sleep. So I can see the details and I can basically connect. You can see it here. So you can see my resting heart rate, which is an indicator for good health. And I can connect, let's say, my computer stats to see what's going on. If my heart rate is high on the high side, how does it affect my focus on the digital space? I can just explore some different correlation between my health and the way it actually affects my productivity. And then you kind of become your data analysis or like data scientist of yourself. So you kind of, you can think about it. You can think about yourself as a product, as a startup. And the way you optimize yourself is by data and reading data and affecting on data, and then optimizing and thinking how you can improve yourself every day, every week, and so on.
Unbelievable. And Tommy, talk to me about calendars. Talk to me about what is the importance of being a good calendar optimizer and planner.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk a bit about the future of calendaring. So what we do at Supertools. So after creating one of the most biggest productivity communities in the world, we've decided that we want to tap into the productivity SaaS space and create something that will be meaningful for people. So we started to interview a lot of people, and we understood that one of the most obsolete, let's say, tools that we have on our digital stack is our calendar. Basically, from 2006, probably when when Google introduced the Google Calendar, we haven't seen any innovation around the most important time system that we have. Basically, it's just like if I can say, a stupid record system.
Right.
You can record events, but the software doesn't make you better. It doesn't work for you. You work for your calendar.
Right.
So one of the most impactful and useful methodologies around calendar is time blocking. Basically, it's a practice when you block time on your calendar, and you take and prioritize tasks that you have and prioritize goals and put some time slots on your calendar to work on them. But it's really, you have a lot of friction around it, because you need to take at least an hour of your day to just do this practice, and it's really hard. Like, honestly, it's really hard. So as a productivity trainer, I taught many people how to do this practice and to do this workflow. But I believe a good software can take a lot of the busy work, a lot of the hard work. And basically what we do now, we are creating a calendar that can help you time block, that can help you be more engaged with what you want to achieve and what you want to do. So you can think about it as a personal kind of assistant, but dedicated to make you a time machine.
So give me one or two pointers about what I should be doing with my own calendar, what my friends should be doing with their calendar to get more control over what we do.
Yeah, and I believe like the calendar, like the user interface of the calendar is probably the most effective things that you can use during your day in order to become better. Like, I'm tracking everything on my calendar. I'm tracking like my sleep. I'm tracking tasks. I'm tracking so many things, and I'm putting everything. It's like my navigation system at work, and I just want to make it better. I think a lot of people are waiting to see a better version of our calendar. But if I can give just one tip that you can probably implement from tomorrow until we'll launch, is ask yourself every day, what is my most important task, and try to book it on it can be between 60 minutes to 90 minutes. Try to book it in the first right away after you wake up. And after your morning routine, try to book it the first thing in the morning. Before you're doing meetings, before you're running any meeting, try to book your most important task. Just time to work on it. You don't have to finish the task. You just need to be accountable to the time, and exactly like you're accountable to a meeting with your doctor. So think you have a meeting with your doctor, but you're just working on your most important tasks. So
and that's
really helps you
difficult.
prioritize and kind of take intentions into actions, turn intention into actions. And this is why I love time blocking, because it's so effective. Is you feel the change right away.
And obviously one of the most difficult challenges with this is that you're the only attendee of your calendar invite. So when something else pops up or when somebody needs your attention, it's much easier to tell yourself, oh, Michael, I'll just get to this later. When you go to a doctor.
So I give you another tip. So this is what we can do together maybe. So find an accountability partner.
All right.
And let's say you have a task and I have a task. I can send you a Zoom invite to, let's say, 90 minutes of focus time. Okay, so we can be focused together. We are muting the call. You work on your most important task. I work on my most important task, and we are catching up every 30 minutes to just check in what's going on. Accountability partner is probably one of the most effective things that you can do for your product to supercharge your productivity. So if you're working from home, this can be really, really effective, and you don't need any tool. You can just send a calendar invite to your partner and work on your most. Yeah, we're doing it a lot. We also have a clock here. This is really cool. So basically, we created a Zoom background when.
Oh, that's so cool.
So we have sort of like a Pomodoro clock. So we are working with intervals. It's called Pomodoro. So every time everyone can see this clock, everyone are working on their sheet, and by the end of the session, we are just checking in, going to take coffee, to the restroom, and continuing with the next session.
Tommy,
so it can be really effective,
incredible.
and it can really This is like a big time saver. So for long webinars, this can be really effective. So if you want to go and still be engaged with the meeting, so you can create your own avatar. And
Tommy, show me the one of your living room. Yeah. Wait, no, that
living room. Oh, this one. Oh, this one. Yeah, it's like when you have this annoying person who is getting into the frame.
I love it.
Yeah, basically you can do a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Tommy,
this is my favorite movie. It's also effective to put the agenda of the meeting here. So this one is for eBay. But,
amazing.
Yeah, many cool stuff. So
wow, amazing. Tommy, this is just fascinating. It very shows that this is something that you're so passionate about, and obviously the things you showed here are things that you've been working on for quite some time, and while there may be a lot of friction to get into them on day one, on day two, the goal is for them to be a frictionless part of your day and actually just make you that 1% more productive. So I'm sure that by now you don't feel that it's a chore to go and continue managing them. They're already set in place, and one of the things that I'm making a goal for myself is to set some of these things up for me, because I hold myself accountable to many things. I don't yet hold myself accountable for my sleep or for how productive I am throughout the day, and I definitely feel like I'm chasing my own calendar. I'm chasing the things that I have to do instead of taking ownership over them. So thank you for the inspiration. Before we leave, Tommy, I need 3 words that you would use to describe yourself.
Well, building time machines probably is like the perfect way to describe what I'm doing and what is my long-term vision 40 years from now. So I'll always build like time machines and make them more accessible, and want to democratize productivity to the rest of the world.
I love it. Tommy, toda rabba. Thank you very, very much. And I can't wait to catch up. Can't wait to catch up properly in Israel.
Me too, man. Bye.